Hey everyone, Jimmy with Jim's Review Room. It's been a while since I reviewed a smartwatch as Huawei, Motorola, and a few others didn't bring anything to the market for 2016. For 2017, many of these companies are at it again, and for me, I'm hoping they bring some excitement back to the smartwatch category. Today, we're looking at the Asus Zenwatch 3. I personally paid for this at the retail price of $229. That's a bit cheaper than the flagships today, like the Apple Watch Series 2 and Samsung Gear S3, and comparing to Amazon prices, the Zenwatch is cheaper than the Huawei and the Motorola 360 second generation as of this video. As always, I'll place my links in the video description below. Click on my links and they'll give you the most updated prices in real time. So without further ado, my channel is here to help you make a purchase decision. Welcome everyone to another review. Going over the physical features, starting with its construction and build, it does look quite exquisite. The version I have here is gunmetal, yet two other versions, rose gold and silver, are available. In my experience, it's been a very comfortable watch, and surprisingly, the buttons on the side do not dig into your skin, and I haven't had it get caught on anything, any kind of fabric or clothing as well. The Zenwatch thankfully has zero scratches whatsoever during my time of testing. More importantly, no scratches on the metal buckle after numerous days of having my arms rest and slide on the table at the office here, being out at lunch, simply normal everyday use. Keep in mind, most watches use the same stainless steel that Asus is using here, that's 316L, and if you've owned a watch before, you know stainless steel usually will have some signs of wear over time. The factory leather strap provided is genuine leather, but doesn't feel quite as premium, supple, or provided any kind of texture when you rub it in between your fingers. It is better quality though than the Moto 360 2nd Gen, but doesn't feel as good as the options provided by Samsung, Apple, and again Huawei. Now after the video finishes here, in the comment section below, let me know what you guys think of the looks and if this is something you might get for yourself. I'm really curious to know. But when you're not comparing the leather strap to the competition, it still functions perfectly fine, it looks good on the wrist, and has the much praised toolless removal option for swapping out bands in the future. Now the watch itself is IP67 certified, meaning it can be submerged for up to 1 meter of water here for up to 30 minutes at a time. Of course, I don't recommend you wearing this to swim, but during my test of dropping this in water, the smartwatch has no issues whatsoever. Now compared to the competition, this is comparable with the other smartwatches on the market. Now, moving to the buttons. Some might like this look, some may not here. The crown doesn't rotate or pull out for any various functions, but in general, all the buttons are very tactile and doesn't feel loose or cheap, despite the buttons sticking out quite a bit. What I'm trying to say, you don't feel that little wiggle when you press the buttons down. That was one of my concerns. Now, from the factory, the top button opens up Zen Fit, which is the Asus fitness app, which I'll show later. The bottom activates Eco Mode, perfect for extending battery life as it turns off all of your notifications and you intend on using this literally as just a plain old watch. The middle button works as the back button. Holding it down brings up all of your apps to scroll through. Now, taking a look at the rear here, there's surprisingly no optical heart rate sensor, considering heart rate tracking has been a pretty big selling point of most wearables these days. However, you'll see the contact points for the supplied wall charger. Now, I didn't see the claimed battery life on Asus's website, nor did I find it in their user manual, but on GSM Arena's website, they suggested up to 2 days worth of use. For the time I've had the Zenwatch here, taking the watch off the charger here at 7 o'clock in the morning to get my day started here, by 10:30 at night, about 15.5 to 16 hours of use later, I still have about 35% battery life on average remaining. By the next morning, it's definitely in need of a recharge. In conclusion, at least from my experience, I'm getting a day's worth of life. With that being said, the Zenwatch 3 does have quick charging, 15 minutes on the charger. I have confirmed gives you about 60% battery life back immediately, so that does help tremendously. So right before I get into my experience with the operating software and features, the only two areas, maybe three here, that I've noticed Asus doesn't have is again the heart rate tracking, which I mentioned earlier, but as important though, GPS is also missing. Now granted, the Moto 360 and Huawei doesn't have GPS either, and as stated in the video earlier, the price where the Zenwatch starts is indeed a bit lower than the competitors. It does somewhat justify the matter. Now you can be the judge on that. The other issue is the vibrations for alerts is quite tame. Now I hear this thing buzzing on my wrist here several times when an alert comes through, but I've noticed I don't notice the vibration at all, especially when I'm not paying attention, of course. But let's take a look at how this functions and what features this has that might or might not seal the deal for you. Now, the screen is possibly one of the best on the market, being super bright outdoors even in direct sunlight, and I know my camera's not doing enough justice right now, but you guys get the idea. The screen has one of the highest pixel densities on a smartwatch, currently at 287 pixels per inch, and it is noticeable. I don't see jagged lines or pixelated text. Now, regarding how fluid the watch is, I do admit during the first 3 days or so, there has been times I've noticed the watch would stutter, essentially not smooth in menu scrolling and display changes. But after that third day and even after a week of use, I haven't noticed any issues any further there on out. And it's been fluid enough for an Android Wear device. Like comparing to Tizen, which is Samsung's operating system, or Apple's SmartWatch, those two other in-house experiences are smoother and at least feels faster. Now, regarding watch faces, after I downloaded the Asus Zenwatch app, I found there were 62 different styles, with some you can customize the colors, and some where you can add battery life information or even a step counter. I'll continue to show more watch faces in the video for your convenience. Now, the more unique features in today's smartwatches, with the Zenwatch, you can take phone calls with this. And oddly, Asus didn't seem to promote this at all, but if you go into the app, make sure you turn the remote call control to on, and via Bluetooth, you can use your watch as a speaker phone. And like most other smartwatches that does offer this feature as well, the speaker is great in quiet environments, but for busier areas, the tiny speaker is somewhat hard to hear. So for having a speakerphone on the watch here, it is perfect when I'm working, have my hands tied up, and my phone is in my pocket. The times my phone is simply in the room next to me here, and I can just literally pick up right then and there, not needing to walk into the other room and basically grab my phone. Again, this is completely subjective. You guys can be the judge if this feature is unique or not. I personally like it. But the other feature is the SOS function. In an event of an emergency, you can activate this and your preferred contact will receive a text message immediately indicating you're in need of help. And a second text message actually provides a link to Google Maps showing where you are with latitude and longitude coordinates as a backup. Now, moving on to fitness, this works with several third-party apps like Strava, Runkeeper, Map My Run, of course Google Fit, but Asus does provide one themselves which monitors all-day tracking. Now, keep in mind, the watch doesn't have GPS nor heart rate tracking, so it's not too serious for fitness enthusiasts. Now, with some watch faces, you can see your steps count for that day, and from the watch you can open up ZenFit, of course, and start a walk, run, have the watch count and keep a log of push-ups and also sit-ups as well. Now, the app does great at keeping track and displaying your data in a very easy to read manner, but again, it is not a jack-of-all-trades multi-featured app. As stated, it's great for general all-day tracking and record keeping for exercises you perform, and if that's all that you need, it works fine. Another feature, again, not sure why Asus is not promoting this here, via the Play Music app on the watch, choose Sync Music, and songs on the phone will copy itself onto the Zenwatch. Wear some Bluetooth earphones for your run or at the gym, and you can leave your phone behind in the car or in the locker. There's 4 gigs of internal memory storage. Leave the phone at home. So at the end of the day here, Asus provides a good set of features, and features that I wish Asus did a better job promoting. And the reason why I say that, in the first several days of use, it really felt generic. I really had to dig and try to find out what features this thing has, which I did try to highlight in this video. And at the end of the week, it was actually quite robust, and also with an emphasis on its low retail price as well. The physical issues, such as my desire of a more supple and more luxury feeling leather band, that of course can be swapped out, and again, the price does somewhat justify that lack of GPS and heart rate tracking. I also want to say, not everyone's a runner, not everyone's a really big fitness nut or so. Without those features, why pay for it if you're not going to use it? It's simply a watch not intended for fitness enthusiasts, so just keep that in mind. Now, on the software issues, I do acknowledge I wish the frame rate was a bit better, but again, this is really inherent on Android Wear, the operating system basically, and with Android Wear 2.0 right around the corner, the update will hopefully fix that, and also we're also getting a revamped look as well.